sa ngalan sa gobernador who are supportive kinsa man ang dili mo suporta sa ilang amo, kinsa man ang wala man siguro itagaan trabaho nga again sa iya ang naghatag diri, di ba? Again, always remember na kung naatay buhaton na dili maayo, naatay buhaton na sukwahi sa mga kagustuhan or order sa ato ang local chief executive, ang mapiktuhan dili kamo kundi ang mapiktuhan ang local chief executive, which is our governor. Kung magbinuang mo, dili kamo ang zaman, dili man kamo ang mahimong topic ang maisuhan sa internet sa paglahian ng file ang gobernador. So if you don't want to be kanang makapil-apil sa mga isyu o mahimo na madakot, madrag at name sa gobernadora, kayo na po kung paghimo karutan. So again, this time, as much as possible, I want to make it quick and short, pero informative para makabalutan sa mga angay na tumaybalaan. So, anda ka bata? Ang murag isa rin yung anda. Sinang murag yun? So, ready na? Yeah! Okay, kaya murag tingkatulog ka ba yun karoon ng panahon na again, we have prepared coffee lang yun, no? Eh, wala taga-process, no? May lang kung tagaan, maka-process na, at ipatsikihan sa taga-PTO. Eh, ngayon taong snack. So much for that, we are not here for a snack. Dili man ta, wala ta gandang orientation para lang makapakaon, kundi para kita dili ma-misinform, dili ta ma-appeal sa mga fake news. Okay? So let's start. Ato ting himuon nga memorable. I mean, dili na ito sayangon ang panahon ng makahibalo sa mga bagay na siguro kabalo na mudaan pero atong nalugtan. Okay, let's start by watching this video.
The province of Misamis Oriental, fondly known as Misor, is the third largest economy in northern Mindanao, spanning a rugged 3,570 square kilometers. The province is defined by its majestic mountains and rolling hills, which cover about 70% of its land area. Misamis Oriental is home to 23 municipalities and 2 vibrant cities, El Salvador and Piñol. Cagayan de Oro City, bustling capital, is a highly urbanized hub that operates independently of the province. Misamis Oriental is blissfully located outside the typhoon belt and earthquake faults, offering its residents a serene and safe environment. The people here primarily speak Visayan, but you'll find that Tagalog and English are widely understood and spoken. The rich tapestry of languages includes the ethnic dialects of Higaon, Ilonggo, and Waray, which continue to thrive. Majority of the people are predominantly Christians, represented by almost 80% of the populations, and 20% belong to the other religious affiliations. Historically, Misamis Oriental was once part of Cebu. In 1880, it became a corregimiento divided into 4 partidos: Partido de Misamis, Partido de Dapitan, Partido de Cagayan, and Partido de Catarman, all under the larger Misamis province. Misamis Oriental shares a deep history with its sister, Misamis Occidental. On November 2, 1929, the Philippine legislature enacted Republic Act 3537, which took effect on January 1, 1930, officially dividing Misamis into Misamis Oriental and Misamis Occidental. The name Misamis traces its roots to Cuyamis, a variety of sweet coconut that was a staple for the earliest Negrito settlers. Spanish colonizers later adopted the name to Misamis. In honor of this heritage, the Cuyamis Festival was born. celebrating the coconut industry that thrives in Misamis Oriental. This vibrant festival showcases a dazzling array of coconut products and byproducts. From intricate handicrafts to delicious culinary dishes featuring coconut as the star ingredient, the festival highlights the ingenuity and tradition of the province. The Kuyamis Festival not only promotes the local coconut industry, but also strengthens the province's agri-tourism efforts, drawing visitors to experience the bounty and culture of Misamis Oriental.
Okay, just a quick information with regards to Misamis Oriental. So I hope hindi mo kung naanay pa quiz valid sa Sir Ruel, so makatubag na mo kano sa our public kung sa year. Okay. Patrivia ba si Sir Ruel? Usahay? Okay. Oops. Nag-laptop na siya. So again, mga siya nung highlights is to confirm, and then we have here the municipalities and the component cities of Misamis Oriental, a total of 23 municipalities, the component cities, and a total of 424 barangays. And then we have there, mana siya mga opisina na naa sa provincial government of Misamis Oriental. Again, ang atong ngalan sa ahensya, Provincial Government of Misamis Oriental. Ang uban na gihapoy ano dito pag kaning kawatanan sa agency ang ibutang kay Provincial Capital. O building na mang dinaan na agency. Provincial Capital is the building. Ang ahensya is Provincial Government of Misamis Oriental. If it's asked kung sa LGU, that's Provincial Local Government Unit. PLGU is or dili kay Provincial Capital. Okay? So, just to be clear. Then, atong ilailawon ang mga ulo sa matag departamento so that kabalo mo kung ahanin yung address, if you have a letter, if you have letter request, kung uban pa ng mga paninahanglanon, or basta kung pa po ninyo na ila-ila ang mga ulo sa departamento sa ato ang buhatan. Starting with our Governor, Honorable Julie T. Uy, Vice Governor Jeremy Jonamar G. Pilaes, o ato ang mga board members per district. We have, for the first district, we have 5 board members with their names and faces, if you remember, familiarized. And the second district, we also have ex-official board members representing indigenous people, barangay captains, SK Federation, and councilors league. So a total of 15 ka mga magbabalangod sa tuang sangguniang panlalawigan. Then, for the provincial administrator, we have here our Sir Roel J. Gayoso, our Special Assistant to the Governor, Sir Celso Abisero, for the Chief of Staff, as well as our Assistant Provincial Administrator, Ms. Elderlino T. Pilang. And then we have our Officer in Charge for Provincial Legal Office, Attorney Johannes Julio Alaba, Sir John Limar D. Abelia for our Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office. We also have for the HRMO, we have Ms. Jessica B. Galindo. For Provincial Assessor's Office, Engineer Joliet Fernesa S. Aton. Provincial Budget Office, we have Sir Clint Kenneth Y. Yanez. Then for the Misamis Oriental Internal Audit Department, we have Attorney Lionel Himani Jr. Sa itong Provincial Management Information Systems, the PMIS, we have Engineer Candido B. Balaba Jr. Sa itong PDRMO, Sir Fernando Vincent P.D. Sa itong Provincial Health Office, we have Dr. Maria Divina T. Casino. Dahil wala tayong department head sa itong PD po since nag-resign siya last December. Then we have here our OIC for Provincial Tourism Office, Mr. Dorlafe Abenieta. Then we have for the Provincial Veterinarian, Dr. Benjamin S. Resma. Para sa Governance for Cares, we have Maria Sandra Gilliam. For Provincial Population Office, kung gusto magpa-control sa kadaganon sa ilang pamilya, pwede mo madugol ka. Sir Andrew, pagpa-implanon na. Pero ang sa wala, bira. Next, we have for Provincial Cooperative Office, Alberto Lakayan. For Provincial Youth Development Office, PYDO, division lang yapon siya sa Provincial Governor's Office. We have Ms. Aline C. Austero, and since retired na si Engineer Memorial, we have the Assistant Provincial Engineer Florentis Ipos for the Provincial Engineering Office. Next is our Provincial Local Environment and Natural Resources Officer, Engineer Geron John T. Flores, Provincial Treasurer Sir Ronald J. D. Vilon, Provincial Planning and Development Coordinator Sir Archie C. Lazaro, and for the Provincial General Services Office, we have Ms. Ivy P. Raz, Provincial Accountant Sir Philip Louis A. Dago. For the Provincial Employment and Services Office, we have Sir Jerome G. Mundo. Then for the Early Childhood Care and Development, Ms. Marilyn T. Upot. For our Misamis Oriental Provincial Jail, we have our retired Police Major Rogelio R. Labor. For the officer in charge for the Provincial Information Office, we have Ms. Joanne Jude P. Alisanes. Then for the Scholar Code ng Bayan, Ms. Jair Lucelos. For the Provincial Agriculturist Office, Ms. Michelle Rose V. Lase. Then para sa ato ang Integrated Provincial Community Assistance Center or nabalan ko kanina ito OBA or Office of the Barangay Affairs, we have the income in charge, Ms. Lilian Yugalugo. Dire dahil ang ato ang mga 8 ka doktor sa 8 na ito Misamis Oriental Provincial Hospitals at dunay 4 ka mga provincial hospitals matag distrito. Ito be from Magsaysay, Hingoong, Talisayan, Balingasag, Claveria, Alubiid, Initaw, and Mantigaw. Then, our Bangos Strategic Agenda. So, are you familiar with the Bangos Strategic Agenda or ang word lang na bangon na itong remember? B will stands for Barangay Empowerment and Strengthening, Appropriate Approach to Agriculture Development, and Noble Health and Social Services Delivery. G for Open and Transparent Governance. O, Opportunity for All in Livelihood and Empowerment. Then M, multiple programs for youth and development. Sa matag opisina nato, ano lang kita'y commitment mo para sa pagpakita o known na strategic direction. So, muna siya itong gina-workout and soon, i-cascade na siya sa inyo para ma-appeal sa inyo ang mga IPCR, yung mga commitments. Again, dili mo fully operate ang ato ang matag opisina kung wala mo mga job orders ninyo. I-request mo nga naa sa kanang mga opisina to deliver ng mga services o ka ng mga giset ng mga target sa matang opisina. So naay rason nga nung naa mo sila opisina. Dili wala kay ibuha mo para lang magdawat og sweldo. So you have your part para sa maayo nga serbisyo nga gidanggo natong tanan. Okay? Next is kaning ginatawag na itong RA 6713, Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees. So, ang mga empleyado, ang mga opisyal, ando na kita ginasunod nga standard. Okay, kung sabi atong basihan, kung sabi ay naa sa ato ang isip mga empleyado, basta kayo musulod ta, trabaho ta, from 8 to 5 or 8 to 7, mura ba na? So, dahil sa RA 6713, atong mabalaan kung sa'y mga angay natong hinumduman. Labi na, ang ato ang 8 norms of conduct of public officials and employees. As stated sa itong Republic Act 6713, Section 4 states that every public officials and employees will observe the following standards of personal conduct in discharge and execution of official duties. Number 1, commitment and public interest. Dili imong kaugali yung kagustuhan, dili imong interest, kung dili ang kagustuhan sa kalagahan o kinabagyan. Professionalism. So bisan pa, kung adunang kita yung mga gihamping ng mga problema o sa itong nakagihan sa balay, pag-abot na to sa opisina, what we should be thinking is our services. Dili ang problema ang watay bugang sa balay, kung dili usahan na itong servisyo, ang mas nanginahanglan. Dili kay pag-abot sa kanang opisina na yung mga mami, pwede mo yung tabang sama! More pag ikaw rin yung problema! Ba't dili, may po na ha? Mo naman ikaw rin nangitak bukas. Ayaw ba nila na? So again, when we are public or we are government employees, we have standards that we need to follow. Professionalism, justness, and sincerity. When somebody is asking for help, we need to itong tagaan, kung tigayon, tagaan itong panahon nga, sincere po na itong pagtabag, dili lang kayo, tulong nito ma'am. Wala po dingon, hanapit, kinsa, kumpituhan na lang po, magaling mo ito, pero kung ipasa, magaling mo, tarungan na lang po, hahanap, ipasa. Diba? Next is political neutrality. This is based on our RA 6713. Dili naman panahon karon sa election. We need to focus on our services. Mas maayo na proactive kita sa serbisyo para dili kita na mapolitika man mo. No. There will be a time for election, there will be a time for campaigning, but for this time, we need to show unsay serbisyo sa gobyerno. Kaya naman, again, ang mapintuhan, ang gobernador, dili ang imong pagkatapunan. Next is responsive to the public. Again, pag naay question na i-query ang mga client, you need to address promptly. Next, nationalism and patriotism. So, ato ipakita ang pagmahal sa tuwang nasod bilang sa pagkatong pagservisyo. Dili lang kay unya na lang kay nanan ako pagkukunsan ni. Unya na lang kay naapan ni. We have mahilig mo kita no focus on the culture of other countries. Mahilig ta o kana palit sa mga produkto nga kami ginatuan kay mas sila pa branded and quality sa uban nasod. So try po to explore atong mga produkto diri sa Misamis Oriental. We have good products na pwede po natin i-share. No, dili lang man kaya it will help our economy as well. Uban pa ang mga tao na saman mutabang tangan to sa mga sinanahanglan. Kaya this so na pagtabang sa industry ko sa uban tanan. May kita mo ilaw uban pa nga sa lang mga produkto pero itong mga product diri sa Misamis Oriental, I don't know if kabalo ba na sa mga product ang ato ang na-produce sa Misamis Oriental. Okay? Commitment to democracy and also simple living. And to discuss further, I will be showing you this video. Please watch.
Good day to our co-public servant in the provincial government of Misamis Oriental. Atong pagahisgutan ang Republic Act number 6713. Kini gibuhat aron sa pagdumdum ug dugang pasabot unsa ang code of conduct and ethical standard for public officials and employees, especially the 8 norms. Unsa kini RA 6713? The RA 6713, also known as the Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees, is the policy of the state to promote a high standard of ethics in the public service. This applies to all officials and employees in the government, elective and appointed, permanent and temporary, either in career or non-career service, including military and police personnel. Public officials and employees shall at all times be accountable to the people and shall discharge their duties with utmost responsibility, integrity, competence, and loyalty, act with patriotism and justice, lead a modest life, and uphold public interest over personal interest. Aduna kini tulo ka components, namely, first, norms of conduct. Second, duties of public officials and employees. Lastly, prohibited acts and transactions. Pero kita makadungog kabahagi ni 8 norms of conduct and ethical standards for public officials and employees. But can you still remember those 8 norms? Can you name at least 5? Isip ko sa kaimpiyan o opisyales sa gobyerno at doon na kita ginasubay ng mga standards of personal conduct sa pag-discharge o pag-execute sa atong official duties. Kini ang sumusunod. Una, commitment to public interest. As public servants, anahan nato ang mga public interest over and above sa ato ang personal interest. All government resources and powers of the respective offices must be deployed and used efficiently, effectively, honestly, and economically, particularly to avoid wastage in public funds and revenues. Example, kanang paggamit sa ato ang bond paper, kung pwede pa magamit ang mga scratch papers vacuous niini, why not dili gamiton? In this way, makatabang kita sa pag-save bisan sa gagmay ng mga resources. Ikaduha, professionalism. We should perform and discharge our duties with the highest degree of excellence, professionalism, intelligence, and skill. Dapat devoted and dedicated kita sa ato ang pagserbisyo sa katauhan. Ikatulo, justice and sincerity. We should remain true to the people at all times. We must act with justice and sincerity. Dili mag-discriminate, especially the poor and the unprivileged. Respect the rights of others. Dili kita magbuhat o dili maayo na dili subay sa balaod, labaw sa tanan, wala kita'y papuran sa ato ang mga clients. Dapat patas ta sa ato ang pagserbisyo, mapobre, madato, guwapa, o dili guwapa. Ikaupat, political neutrality. Public officials and employees shall at all times provide service to everyone without unfair discrimination and regardless of party affiliation or preference. Bukod pa sa bukod, kita ng mga empleyado sa gobyerno, neutral ta. Serbisyuhan nato ang mga katauhan regardless kung unsay partido niya. Ikalima, responsiveness to the public. Isip trabahante sa gobyerno, responsive ta sa publiko. Dili ka mo ingon taon niya na o umana. What if urgent na? So dapat prompt ta. Abi-abihon nato. Dili mag-instricta kung pasabto nato atong kliyente sa ilang mga tuyo. Serve with a smile. Kinisubay sa Republic Act Number 9485. Anti-Red Tape Act of 2007 as amended by RA number 11032 or Ease of Doing Business. Ikaunong, nationalism and patriotism. Public officials and employees shall at all times be loyal to the Republic and to the Filipino people. Promote the use of locally produced goods, resources and technology, and encourage appreciation and pride of country and people. Sa gikalimot pa, tangkilikin ang sariling atin. Ikapito, commitment to democracy. We shall commit ourselves to the democratic way of life and values, maintain the principle of public accountability, and manifest by deeds the supremacy of civilian authority over the military. We shall at all times uphold the Constitution and put loyalty to the country above loyalty to persons or party. And lastly, simple living. We shall lead modest lives appropriate to our positions and income. We shall not indulge in extravagant or ostentatious display of wealth in any form. Buod pa sa buod, mas ipakwartahan ka, dili na ito kailangan i-display atong wealth sa pagtunga sa opisina. Sama sa pagsuot sa mga sobrang mga accessories na halos tanang wealth dahil na sa opisina. Dapat appropriate lang sa ato ang position and income. So, those are the 8 norms na dapat nato hinumduman isip mga public servants. In addition, nato kitay obligations when it comes to performance of duties. First, act promptly on letters and requests based sa ease of doing business. 3 working days for simple transactions, 7 working days for complex transactions, and 20 working days for highly technical transactions. 7. Submit annual performance reports. Gasubmit po kita ang annual performance reports within 45 working days. From the end of the year, upin na ang atong OPCRs and IPCRs. Third, process documents and papers expeditiously. Tanang official papers and documents must be processed o makumpleto within the reasonable time. Gikan sa pag-process and must be contained as far as practicable. Not more than 3 signatories per in. Kung walang authorized signatories, the official next in rank or officer in charge shall sign for and in their behalf. 4. Act immediately on the public's personal transactions. We must attend to anyone who wants to avail himself of the services of their offices and must at all times act promptly and expeditiously. Buot pasabot, dili na tulangan ka na nun o pilikon ang tanang muduo sa atong buhatan. Dapat atong pasabot o atimanon ang atong mga kliyente sa opisina. 5. Make documents accessible to the public. All public documents must be made accessible and readily available for inspection to the public within reasonable working hours. Katulad kong documents na pwede i-access sa public. Aside niini, aduna po kita i-observe ng mga prohibited acts and transactions. First, financial and material interest. We shall not directly or indirectly have any financial or material interest in any transaction requiring the approval of their office. Second, outside employment and other activities related thereto. Being in the government service, we shall not, una, own, control, manage, or accept employment as officer, employee, consultant, counsel, broker, agent, trustee, or nominee in any private enterprise regulated, supervised, or licensed by their office unless expressly allowed by law. Ikaduha, engage in the private practice of profession unless authorized by the Constitution or law, provided di maka-apekto or maka-conflict sa pag-discharge sa ato ang official functions. Or ikatulo, recommend any person to any position in a private enterprise which has a regular or pending official transaction with their office. Third, disclosure and or misuse of confidential information. Di pwede nga i-disclose ang mga confidential or classified information sa public. Fourth, solicitation or acceptance of gifts. How do we define gift? Gift refers to a thing or a right disposed of gratuitously or any act of liberality in favor of another one who accepts it, and shall include a simulated sale or an ostensibly onerous disposition thereof. It shall not include an unsolicited gift or nominal or insignificant value not given in any anticipation of or in exchange for a favor from a public official or employee. When we say receiving any gift, it includes the act of accepting directly or indirectly a gift from a person other than a family member or relative as defined in the act. Hence, as a public officials and employees, we shall not solicit or accept directly or indirectly any gift, gratuity, favor, entertainment, loan, or any of monetary value from any person in the course of their official duties or in connection with any operation being regulated by or any transaction which may be affected by the functions of their office. Sa katapusan, atong hinumduman ng mga empleyado kita sa gobyerno kung nagaservisyo kita sa katawhan, ang kailangan musunod kita aning provisions aning RA 6713. Hinaot nga adulang kita'y nakuha ng mga pagtulog.
Okay, so naman nakatunan. Sige, ito siya to, sir. Natandog siya sa Natandog siya sa akin. Sige lang. Okay, so naman ka tayo na-gets, no? With the 8 norms of conduct sa ato ang mga isip mga empleyado sa provincial government. Right here, pinapakita po, no? As prescribed by the Civil Service Memorandum Circular Number 19/002/2000, Resolution 002515, ay tungkol sa itong pagpanamit na ato appropriate sa ato ang pagpanarbaho. Okay, so basically, sa inyong makita nasa screen, those are, business, anong mga butang ng mga image nila sa ato ang screen, those are dili, no, prohibited na itong gamiton, especially kung mag-serve ka trabaho. Kasi gusto mo alam mo dito sa field server, ilang kayo ba, gusto mo, stillness lang sa para makita mo ang shape sa mong body. Char. Ang mga kasexy, ay, makumba. So again, no, mga naka-sleeveless, miniskirts, there are times nga atong ginalaw mag-leggings, mag-miniskirt, panahon sa natay event sa Kapitolyo. For example, natay presentation sa National Arts Month, civil service, kaya cheering, or kung dili ka ha, Pasko, kung naman ganitay program, kung Christmas, so kanaan ang mga panahon. But not all the time. Ha? Kaya basin baya o taong sa namin mga empleyado sa provincial government, yung sa nagpapapukog naman mga sila ayaw. Ha? Okay na. Okay na daw kuno. Pero again, as a public, government employees, we need to adhere to unsay maayo nga itsura. Again, you are not just representing inyong kaugalingon, but you are representing the provincial government of Misamis Oriental. Inanadi ang mga trabahan sa Misor? Saan sila taga-coastal or Venes o sa kanya Capitol Drive? So paligo lang. Again, hindi na itong pakaulawan ang ang local chief executive. Again, it will all boils down to whom you are serving. So, muna siya. Dili yun ang imong ngalan ang mabutang dito. Kay, kaya dito ang malingisan or maunsay na hitabo. Ang ibalita biya sa news, ma-headline, usa katrabahante sa Kapitolyo Provincial. Chuchuchu. Narin sa comment, usa man, wala lugar na natulungan nila, ilang mga trabahante. Diba? So, ano siya? So, dress appropriately. Dili kinahanglan nga naka-kurbata. Dili kinahanglan nga naka-barong. Pero, kana pong upsize sa tanawon. No? Kaya mag-service, makahaka. Kasi nung niya, kita na nang murag matong concert o sa nang gutay-gutay ito ang sanina, mayos na nga. Kung sa mga ma'am, ikaw ang maghatag ng servisyo o ikaw ang nanginahanglan mo assistance? Ha? Basi na, so ma'am, ikaw ang kaning maghatag na mo o solusyon o ikaw ang munang problemahon. So again, we need to follow with the standards of showing as the public officials. Again, even sandals are not allowed. Unless ito'y po na inyo ang mga ingrown. Siguro makonsider na lang. But again, this is based from the civil service. Civil service. Dili yung appeal ang sandal as official na footwear. No? Sandal or slippers. Please take the ground back. Hindi ka sa appeal. Next is, again, wear yung maong, although generally prohibited, pero kung ano palisan ng polo shirt, so, marami po siyang smart casual. So, pwede ra, acceptable. Then, appropriate blouses. So, kung wala yun yung polo shirt, yung blouse, okay ra, basta kay presentable, dili po kayo mura mo, magpatutoy kung kapulo ka bata. Kanang po comfortable po mo na mag-serve. Kaya umya, is na amoy, ibis ka mo yung tabang, kaya murag mataha ang mga yung tabang sa inyo na dress up, magkaisigmang, murag mahadlog, mahadlog, magkaisigmang yung tabang. No? Or else, ipakita na yun ang kapag-iyon ka ganyan, hindi natin ipakita kung sa kanatos kong balay. So, simple living lang. Kung bahala pang nakay 10 kilos of gold, kataguhin na lang po, ma'am. Ay na po nasukutan tanan. Ha? Kung saan po kinahanglan yung suotan mo, naman siguro, kaya mura lang kaungkuhan. Ditaya ang tabako ng ibang suot. No? If you also have your IDs, please do wear your IDs. kung ano may ID, pero kato sa wala pa, wala lang sa ata. Wala pa ang supplier nakahatag. And for those who are asking kung saan daw kung kato sa mga wala pa naka-ID, again, you can visit HRMO office, katong hilapan tong form, no, para maka-request ka for ID. Then after that, ma-verify sa HRMO, then you will go to Provincial Information Office para sa future. Then I have na to forward it to sa supply. Okay? So, with that, next is our obligation as part of requirement no, sa government. We have the Section 5 of the Most Rules Implementing Book of EO 292 with regards sa ang working hours. Sa mga empleyado, adunay kinahanglan nga 40 ka oras matag simana. So we need to serve 40. That will be 8 hours for 5 days. Pero tungkol sa ang situation karon, mutanay for days na condensate, so muna nga 8 to 7 para ma-supply niya po na to ang 40 hours. Okay. But let's just based on sa regular na time, kaya ka for the meantime lang man nato ng 4 day, no? Tungkol sa ato ang energy crisis. For this, not less than 8 hours a day, except for lunchtime. So wala na ito ginagawa ng lunchtime. Except also for Saturday, Sunday, and holidays. So again, atong morning will be 8 a.m. to 12 noon, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Karon lang, nagkakaset up taog 8 to 7. Okay? Dayon dirita sa ito ang time in and time out. Okay? So please, I hope you are practicing sa inyo ang matag opisina o kung aha mo na-deploy na atay logbook for time in, time out, bisan o na atay biometric. Magpa-enroll kaya punta sa biometric, kahit ginahanglan na siya sa HR para po mag-check, no? Na tao na yun siya. Dili na siya kaluluwa. Aside from that, also for verification, pahala pa ang data biometric, pero as part of HR processes, magpa-enroll din na sa biometric. And then, this is, cardinals every time, kung 10 times or in a month or twice, subject na siya for disciplinary action. So, muna nga, ako na sa reason na ay mga opportunity, na ay mga additional bali ng mga bonuses na yung maka-avail mo sa katao kung mulapas na siya or maka-saman. Yaan na ni exercise or usay mag-circumvent ako ba para lang dili ka abot og 10 paskoso niya isa kasimana nga wa di undertime or walay undertime or walay tardiness. Pagkasunod bulan ina na lang gyapon dili lang makalapos og 9. Bisan pa og gina-circumvent pwede gyapon sa tagaan o disciplinary action. Basta mabalaan nga naka-pattern ang inyo ang ginabuhat